What's good, everyone? What's good? What's good? I'm back. I want to just speak about something that just hit me, and I'm seeing this a lot lately, or I've been seeing this throughout my whole life actually, but I've been seeing it a lot more lately. And like what I'm starting to realize about people is that most people they like suffering and they like negativity. And I'm going to show you a few examples of this. Notice how every time when you're arguing with somebody on the internet, they will send smiley emojis and laughing, but you'll never see somebody use like the frown or the angry emoji. You see what I'm saying? Like you'll be talking shit to somebody and then they'll come back with a response and then they'll be leaving a smiley emoji, but they'll never leave the angry emoji. Notice that. Why is that? It's because people don't want you to see how they're truly feeling. So this is how you're able to spot a lot of these demons. Like you'll see a lot of people who have YouTube channels, right? And you'll see trolls leave a disrespectful comment, and then they will reply with the smiley emoji, and then they'll say whatever, or they'll just act like it's not serious. But why is it when you leave like you'll leave a positive comment or you'll see a positive comment that's like trying to help them and they will get disrespectful and angry and upset. So what that's showing me is that that anger that they have, it actually was from the other comments, but they don't want people to see them when they're stressed out. So they're going to be like, "Oh, I'm good." But when somebody leaves a positive comment, they're going to invert it and be like, "Fuck you." So people can look at them like they have it all together and they don't need no so like this shows a person that's traumatized. It's the same concept as when somebody's arguing and they'll always leave a laughing emoji. But why don't you leave an angry emoji? Because you don't want to see, because people really go through a lot of bullshit 99% of the time, but the thing is they don't want you to see it. So this is why I realized a lot of people like suffering. They enjoy suffering subconsciously, because anytime you're trying to help somebody, they'll always disrespect you. But when you talk shit to them, they'll like laugh at it, and they don't understand. This is subconsciously bringing that into your reality, because if you're laughing and you're showing all these positive things to some negative, you're bringing that and creating situations in the future. So this is why I say most people, they just like suffering. This is ridiculous, man. It was good with it. It was good with it. Yep. Like it's just it's ridiculous. I'm starting to see this shit a lot more. Like how people like they just like to suffer. Because the thing is, everyone knows what they need to do in life. Nobody can really tell you what you need to do. Everyone can just tell you what they're doing, but you have to know, because it's you. You go only like whatever comes to you in your mind is coming from you. So you know what you need to do. You just gotta be more aware to your environment and what's going on in your life. This is why it's good to reach your natal and know your energies and everything. But you know what you need to do. But the thing is, most people, they wanna take the shortcut. They want it the easy route, because the mind control and the education of this reality of like living in the system, it's programmed people to want to get the easy route. Or even if it's not even just the easy route, it could be a route, but the route is routine based and is direct. So people want them to be told what to do, even if it's not easy. But in spirituality, it's about it not being easy and you not being told what to do. So people they don't want to do that. So when you give them the solution to what they need to do, 9 times out of 10, it checks out in a way where it's something that they're programmed to look at like it's too hard, or they can't do it, or it's not the right way. So then they push the help. So this is why you see a lot of the world that's fucked up right now, because every single person has a problem in this world. Every person that you see suffering or going through some shit, they have a problem that can be solved. But why aren't that problem being solved? It's not that they don't know the answer to it. You can't tell me somebody who's 40, spirit didn't show them the answer to it. No, the reason why it's not solved, because the thing that they have to do is very hard. It's tough. It's they've been programmed subconsciously to their nervous system, their neurological system been programmed to, when they see that thing they have to do, to just tense up at it and think it's hard and get anxiety and not do it. So now this is what a lot of people wasting time. So you got to break that subconscious block and do what you got to do. Like, for example, me, I need to fast and I need to heal. And I had a lot of things I needed to heal through um, me doing fasting. And I was trying to take the shortcut by go do herbs and to do this. And I'm not saying herbs is bad. Some people need to do it, but I'm speaking for me because I'm only can know because this is my mind. I'm telling you guys what I know from me. So I was trying to take the shortcut by doing herbs and all that, and come to find out that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be fasting and living this lifestyle of where I'm not consuming anything. And that's just me. I'm not saying this is for everyone. This is just me due to my spirit. So by me taking herbs and doing this, that's what got me lost. So that's why. And then now in 2023, based up all the shadow work that I've been doing, I'm at a state where I feel like in the next few years, I probably won't even need to eat food. But then at the same time, I didn't believe in that because I didn't trust into myself as much as I should have back then. So therefore, I was doing herbs or I was eating this and that when I should have just stuck on the path and waited. So that's what it's all about, doing the shadow work. And the shadow work for me for that was me doing yoga, because yoga it was releasing a blockage that I had in the left side of my neck that I've had for years, and it created a different personality and a different mentality in my mind. So I was seeing the reality and experiencing the reality emotionally a certain way because of that blockage. And from yoga because I've been doing yoga every single day since 2021, February 8th. And ever since that day, when I started doing yoga, gradually I was able to release that blockage. I still have a little bit left, but as I release it, I notice my reality changes, my mind changes, how I convey myself, everything. And it's a slow process because I've been doing this for over 2 years. So it's a very slow process. And that was for me what I did to help me get to that state. And I still got a lot of work to do because it's a lot of things that come up, because when you're healing, things come up. So you may think you're getting worse, or not even getting worse, but things will come up as if you're getting worse. But if you're not really know what's going on in the process, you'll think you're getting worse, but it's actually things coming up, and then they go away though as you keep going, because it's about healing it and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna read some of these comments though. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for real, show the video. Yeah, for real, like, share, and like shout out to everybody who supports the channel. If you have a channel, I'm gonna support you. I think some the Mooney Mercury baby, I'm check his channel out. I'm gonna put his in the community. He makes videos as well. I'm gonna put his in the community, and anybody else who got videos, yeah, I'm down to share. But so I've been eating a lot less, taking your real advice, fasting. Yeah, for real, you have to, like, I'm not gonna say you have to, but fasting, that will really get you to that heightened mindset where you start getting this knowledge. You're able to see things for really what they are, is when you fast a lot. Especially when you get to those high number days, you gotta have to train your body to get there. It's not overnight. Like when I did the highest fast I did was 43 days, and that was back in 2020. And that fast that I did, I didn't just get there overnight. I was fasting every day for like a year. Not like every week for a year. I was fasting 2 to 3 times a week, like fasting 2 days here, 3 days here, sometimes a week. And my body got used to it. And one day I remember I did 10 days, and I was able to do 10 days. I didn't think I was able to do 10 days, but I was fasting for so long, my body was getting used to it. And then as I was doing it, I wasn't losing weight. Like the first fast I did, I lost so much weight in 3 days. But as I went on, I was able to do a 10-day fast before I started losing weight. So your body adjusts to it, and you got to keep doing it. Yeah, I was really going hard at my fasting 2019, 2020, and early 2021. And then I kind of slacked off. I still do it, but I don't do it as hard as I was doing. I was doing it weekly. Now I'll probably do it monthly or bi-monthly. Sometimes like the last fast I did was in July right now. That was a 7-day fast I did. And then I did like a couple 2-day fast, but that was it. So I kind of like laid off on it. But I'm starting to get into it right now. Like I did a fast a few days ago. One day, it was like a 1 day fast just to get used to it. And even like yesterday, I didn't even eat anything but a few grapes. So I'm like, I'm easing my way into it. Because before I was looking at it like, oh, I want to do 5 days, 10 days. And I was looking at it like a fad diet, like a, the FAD fad, like a little trend. Oh, I'm gonna do a 5 day fast, 3 day. What it's supposed to be a lifestyle. It's not supposed to be like that. So exactly, yeah. When that way you feel when you're fasting, that fasting high, that's how we're supposed to feel 24/7. So everything you go through in life, you're supposed to be feeling that. That's the optimal state of consciousness, is being in that state of flow. That you get you call that fasting high, or you feel good when you're fasting. That's really supposed to be what it is. Yeah. But you just gotta just it's really, once you get onto the fasting thing, it's really not that hard, to be honest. The more you do it, the easier it is. The more you do it, the easier it is. That's what I'm realizing. But it's mainly mental. Me, I feel so lucky. I don't want to say lucky because it's all work, but I feel so fortunate that I don't have the desires that I used to have. That's one thing that I feel that made me the probably, if I could say anything that makes me happy in this world, is me not craving a desire, me killing a desire, not wanting that, knowing that I used to like that, but I don't like it no more. That's one of the happiest feelings I can get, because it's like you're releasing the chains, like you're getting out of prison, because you're not bounded by that bullshit that's gonna kill you, fuck with you, and lead you to demise. So that's why I'm so glad I killed a lot of that shit from doing the yoga for over time. It wasn't like an overnight thing. Oh, I did yoga, I did a stretching, and everything is not, like, nothing in life is just everything you got to work for, and it takes time, and you got to go through shit, and like, but in the end, it's worth it. I got rid of a lot of shit, a lot of desires that I, because I used to be really addicted to food, and it was like, now it's like at this point, like I have to. It's just weird, man. Like when you're on it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, man, it getting kind of chilling. I don't know why the hell with the little. Yeah, yeah, for real. You got it. Shout out to Alex Boehm. If you got a channel, I don't know if that's your channel. Everyone can check out your channel. Yeah, for real. And all you guys in here, like, if you guys can share the video, 'cause I want to really get this message out here and stuff. I've had a channel for a minute, because I know a lot of you guys are on. You guys come from Moody Mercury, Dole the Pilot Man's channel. So I've had my channel for a minute. I've been making YouTube channels since 2013, but my first channel talking about spirituality was in 2017, and then I had two of my channels. Wait, no, one of my channels taken down. It was about to be two channels taken down, because actually I had three channels taken down. My first one, I say back in like 2014, 15, that one got taken down, and then the second one I got taken down 2020. And then this one was about to be taken down. They actually took it down. This was back in August. They took it down, August 18th. They took this channel down, the one I'm on, and I filed an appeal, and they actually gave me back my channel because they said for harassment, which doesn't make sense, because if you're gonna ban, have you ever heard of anybody being banned for harassment or getting a strike for harassment? People troll people every day. You got people who make videos about Nature Boy, they make videos about other content creators, and their channels are up. Me, I can get kind of disrespectful. I don't disrespect my subscribers, and I don't disrespect people who are righteous. I disrespect these sheep and the system. So when it comes to the system and the sheep and these people out here who are not on this path, I get really mad disrespectful. So I just like to warn people, like, I get disrespectful because I have a zero tolerance for that. I don't like these sheep. I have a disdain for this system. So I get disrespectful, but I went disrespectful so hard that they got me for harassment. which was so weird. They got me for harassment. And I was like, what the fuck did I say? I didn't even disrespect anyone. It wasn't nothing personal. I was just going, and then they took my video down. They said, oh, we can't, we removed your channel because of harassment. And I filed a complaint. I filed an appeal saying, how can you take my channel down for harassment? I did not harass anybody. What person did I harass? Like, I guess they're talking about a fictional person because it was nobody real. So like I wrote that message out, said a whole bunch of other shit, and then they just gave me my shit back. They're like, oh, we made a mistake, but they still kept the strike though. So I can't really fuck up. I don't know why. That shit was crazy though. But they gave me my channel back, which I was surprised. I didn't think they'll do it, but because I knew why they took my channel was wrong, but I didn't think that they were actually rectified. So I was like, because these niggas be playing, but they actually did. So that's why if you guys get your channel taken down or anything in any site, always appeal it. Even if you know you're in the wrong, just appeal it. It's free. Because what I think is like, well, I don't really want to go too much into that, but yeah. Yeah, just put videos up. You say you got one video, just put them up. Don't think too much about it. Just put it up. And then once people start watching your videos and as you grow in consciousness, you'll be able to change your videos and but just put it out. Don't think too much about it, because that's the thing, like thinking too much, oh, I don't want to make a mistake of this and that. It's like, fuck all that. Because by that time, you're going to be like hella old, like 50, 60, and then regretting all this shit that you wish you would have done. And all those people that you gave a fuck about, oh, I don't want them to look at me, like, it's like they're going to be nowhere at that age. Probably might even be dead. And you're going to realize like the world is a lot different than what you thought it was when you were younger. Because when you were younger, you thought it was a certain way because you cared about insecurities and people thought. But when you get older, it's like, and your loved one, your parents, they may be gone or maybe old, and everything just switched up. You realize like it's only you in this world and what you create, and you only got yourself really. And everything always is just going to keep moving on, really. Like the system really ain't going to collapse like people think it is. It's just going to keep going, but it's just going to transform. And then people don't understand that there's still going to be people at the end of the day complaining about the situation they're in. That shit is never going to end. It's not going to be a day where, that's why you got to just take it and do what you got to do right now. Because there's never be a time where people aren't complaining about some bullshit that the system's doing. That will always be. So, but you can make it where you're not complaining about that shit. Because that's the program they want. That's what they have, this fake new age shit to sell you people this dream and illusion, where in reality it's just really wasting your time. Because you're not really doing any of the work. Like a lot of these, this is what the Saturn and Pisces right now. A lot of people are coming to the realization that they wasted a lot of time and shit throughout these whole years with a lot of the spiritual community, because a lot of the shit people are coming to realize right now is Saturn and Pisces, that it's about doing the work. You see, like you see the energy is like, because Saturn's and Pisces is spirituality, dreams, illusions, and all that, and it's conjoined with Saturn, which is reality. So people are starting to get awakening, like, okay, we got to actually do something, that we can't be stuck in it. Or the opposite, people are actually more stuck in their bullshit. So now it's like it plays out as all this craziness out here. This is why a lot of you guys even realizing right now, like spiritual community really is, they're just no different than these sheep. A lot of people are starting to realize that now. Nobody was really speaking about that too much 3-4 years ago, but now, especially this year, I'm starting to hear a lot more people realize, like, at the end of the day, it's like it's not even about what people thought it was, because the Saturn and Pisces energy is starting to really break a lot of these illusions and shit and get people lost in them as well. Yeah, for real. He said they literally keep gangster rap up on. That's what I'm saying. Like this drill music, like people be talking about dead relatives and this person killed this person and proclaiming the murders that they did online, and their videos get like 1 million views and they get paid for it. But I said some shit, and then they took my channel down because I said something about like I was just saying about the J words. I can't say the J word, but I was going hard, and then like they took my stuff down saying, oh, hate speech, racism, and then I said like the N word, and then they took my stuff down. Like it just was weird how they did it. And it was the videos that I did it, I was like really getting disrespectful. So like I felt like somebody was watching my shit because it wasn't like a video. Like it was, you know how when you do the medical misinformation with the whole thing right there, it's like an automated system where they'll take it down. This one, it wasn't automated. It didn't seem like, because what I was saying and like in that video, and I made another video saying the same thing like months before that, like in May, and same funny shit was happening. They gave me a strike, and I was acting. It wasn't what I was saying, but I was in a certain mindset and acting a certain way, because where the mind goes, the body goes. So we was acting a certain way, and I was in a mind, and they took that shit down. So back in August, I was in that same mindset. So I was acting a certain way because I was kind of upset and I was saying some shit, and then they took it down. So that's what made me think like, okay, somebody must be watching my shit. Because why would I'm in this mindset and I act like this, then my video gets fucked with, but it doesn't get fucked with all this other time. That's why I'm like, fuck this shit. But I just have to be a little bit more careful, because as YouTube gets older, they're gonna start hamping down on this stuff a lot more, especially as like they release the new Web 3.0 and the new version of the internet, because they're gonna release a new version that's gonna be way quicker and it's gonna be connected with VR and all this and metaverse. So once they do that, they're gonna be really amping down on what's on here, because this is gonna be the new world. Like just like you go into like DMV, and that's an establishment from the system. They're going to try to make the internet an establishment, so therefore you're going to need credentials and all this other security shit. So they're going to do this with YouTube and all that. So this is why I'm like, this is why at each year you're going to see it get worse. It's going to just keep getting worse, straight up. They're going to be putting a lot more different programs in. Yeah, they're even going to probably make it where if you're on the internet, they're going to be able to, like, I don't even want to say too much. I don't want to scare anybody and shit. Because a lot of this shit you guys watch on the internet in the future is going to be there for everyone to see. They're going to have things like that. So, like, you're going to have to move a little bit different in the internet. Let's like you move on the streets. Internet's going to be the streets in the future. So, you're going to have to move a certain way. And you're going to be able to bypass all this. But you're going to have to, you're not going to be, you got to use your mind and know knowledge and know things. You're gonna have to know. You're not gonna be able to move the way you move now and think it won't affect you. You're gonna have to up your game and move a little smarter, because the internet's gonna be kind of like the streets and shit. They're gonna turn it into like the streets, and it's gonna be cutthroat and all this other, and they're gonna have metaverse, and because everyone's gonna be on the internet in the future. Because especially like as time goes on, people are gonna be more mentally ill and mentally distraught. All the problems now are gonna just get worse in terms of how people are. So as that gets worse, people are going to be just gravitated to internet and Wi-Fi and being on the internet. So with that, you already see how crazy people are on the internet right now. Imagine once people really are on it and they're depressed years down the line, and people are more unhealthy and more in their mind control, and they're just on the internet all day. Because they already tell you, like when you go like to stores like GameStop and Best Buy, or like these places where these nerds hang out, you notice how these nerds who play comic books and with cards and video games, you notice how they all look weird? Because remember, where the mind goes, the body goes. So the reason for this is because people who are gravitated to these electronics, and I'm not saying if you use electronics you have a problem, but if you're gravitated in a way where you're dependent on it, it creates mental illness. And people who are, it's that and it's opposite. So it's people who are mentally ill, they're gravitated to this. So this is why when you go to GameStop and you see like the average kid in there that plays game all day, they say like the computer nerd, he always has pimples and he looks weird and like he looks awkward. It's because that's a mental illness, and people who have mental illness gravitate to those type of desires. You see what it is? So like once the most of the world gets on that energy, all these sheep, then that's where I'm saying the internet, everyone's going to be stuck on the internet and be like robots without even the chip in their brain, because mental illness is getting worse. If you don't, you're only getting better or you're getting worse in life. Because remember the reality, nothing like stagnation. Everything needs to always flow. So if you're not getting better, you're getting worse as a human. It's no in between. So where you're all right now, you're gonna only get better or worse. So most people, as you can see, are getting worse. So that's only gonna play out in the whole mind control shit that's gonna be happening in the next few years with the internet and people being lost in it, and it's gonna get crazy. That's what I'm getting the VR glasses. Everywhere you go, everywhere you go, you're gonna have that VR glasses on you, and they have the glasses, and then you can pull up the Wi-Fi and Facebook, and you can be in the middle of like doing anything. That's gonna get so seamless where everywhere you go, you're gonna be able to pull up your Facebook account. You could be fucking like lifting weights in the gym, and you're gonna be able to scroll Facebook and look at videos, and it's gonna be done automatically. Like they're gonna try to integrate this shit so much with reality. It's gonna be like everything's technology, like like the seats, everything. Like, so that's why you guys gotta really, shit's gonna be crazy. I'm just more worried about the mental illness that's gonna be happening, because that's any a lot of people aren't doing the shadow work, and that's the thing with spirituality. You have to always be doing the shadow work, because if you're not doing the shadow work, and even when you're doing the shadow work is also going to bring up certain traumas and certain things you got to work through. So the shadow work ain't even that, you're still going to go through it even with the shadow work. This is why you see a lot of people in the spiritual community, you see, especially the females, like they see more damage, and most of them don't have men. Is because they're in the process of healing, and they don't understand, like, when you're going through this process, it brings up certain things. So these things that they bring up, they think it's the world, they don't think it's them. So like this shit is, yeah. Shout out to Moody Mercury, shout out to everyone in the chat. Yeah, I was just talking about your channel. Shout out everyone. I'm gonna put post in the community for everyone to go check out his channel. Yeah. But yeah, if anybody got any questions though before I head out, I just want to come and just say my little piece, my little thing. Yeah. But it's good though, man. Like, you just got to keep doing the shadow work, and just keep, because the thing is though, like, I just see it every day. Like, so many people aren't doing this with their, like, the shadow work, and then when you don't do that, this is why the world is the way it is. And then, like, this is what allows the governments to keep doing what they're doing, because people aren't really doing what they need to be doing. So like they end up lost, damaged, and then they project that. It is like, it's just a cycle. It is. And that's a lot of people in the spiritual community, to be honest. Weird. A lot of people in the spiritual community. Like, I remember I met somebody who watched, this was back in 2017. This was like somebody who watched my channel, and he lived by me and shit, and he was in a spiritual community, and he was cool and everything. And then all of a sudden, dude just ghosted me. No reason. And this person was the only person in my life that ever ghosted me. And I deal with a lot of, everyone in my life mainly is like sheep, on that sheep level. So I'm like, I never even the people who are sheep in the bots, they will at least give me an explanation if they had a problem, and that's very few. But they'll give. But this person was so-called spiritual, and well, now I know he wasn't, but it was just somebody who watches these videos and then they feel good about it. So it was like another religion. So it was like that type of person. So like, just straight up ghosted me, and it was like, okay, that was weird. And that only happened from somebody who I thought was in spiritual community. So, and it was like no hard feelings or no like disrespect, because nothing, everything was cool. Like the last, we never argued or nothing. So that's why I was like, this is weird. That's why, like, when I look at it, I kind of see, like, when I look back, I'm starting to realize, like, I had this epiphany just last few months. Like, most people in the spiritual community are the agents. That's why I look at it as like, I don't even like to use the word spiritual community. I like to just say people that think like you're on the same mental thought. That's how I like to clarify it. And then from that, then you can say it's at least it's spirituality. But just say, oh, somebody's spiritual, and then we relate on that. That's just like saying, oh, this, because spirituality, in my opinion, the way people use it, I see it no different than religion and Christianity. Because at the end of the day, you gotta, yeah, all about fucking. Everyone just wants you to cater to their feelings and their thoughts. But the thing about being fake woke is like, it's not gonna last that long, because eventually this, if you're really in the spirit, if you're really doing the spiritual work, thing like not even the spiritual work, just life in general happens to you. So if you're living in a fake woke energy, life is going to happen to you, because we all have to experience life. So situations are going to show that you being fake is not the right way. So anybody who's in that is not going to last long. They're going to see it play out. But the thing is, the reason you may see like, why aren't these people seeing it? Like, no, it's not that they're not seeing it. There's a lot of people, shit's happening in their life, but they're using the fake spirituality to kind of like be like, oh, that's not the reason. It's because of this, and my fake spirituality is the evidence for it, because I'm into this, and it's so the shit that's happening to them, they're thinking it's demons and agents and all this, but in reality, is really just dumb. Because all like that's what I'm saying. Like everyone, because like all this whole agents, they're like, oh, this person's an agent, but there are agents out there. But then some of these people, they're the actual agents. They carry out the duties for the other agents, but they don't know it, because the stuff that they talk about, and then when you try to tell them, like you're talking the same way that these people you don't like are talking. You're saying the same points and everything. That they look at you like you're crazy. Like they'll say, oh, aliens, they exist, but what CNN is saying is wrong. Or I don't believe in, I don't believe that, I believe in the whole virus thing, but like just I don't want to get too much into that, because they took my shit down, so I don't want to say that. But it's just people just be on some weird shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm probably gonna end this live right now. Then I'm gonna be on later. I'm gonna be on later. I'll probably make a I'll probably make a what's it called? Invite some guests in, because I invite people in, and before not that many people really join, but I see I got a few people, so yeah, that's my time. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, but shout out to everybody in the room. Yeah, if you guys can share the video, and everyone, shout out to check out Moody Mercury Baby. He got a channel right here. That's his channel right there. So anybody watching the video after the stream, check out his channel. I think Alex got one too. Yep, and everyone in here. Yep, check them out. But peace everyone. Catch you guys later.